Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. I have just been listening to Joe, our wonderful, inspiring muse for today. We're sketching inspiring people who are doing incredible, important things. And one amazing thing that you can all participate in right now is the Circle of Life film has just been released. And I put a link in the description so you can check it out. And featured so the Circle of Life film is part of a series from the Eternal Song series by Science and Non-Duality. And it is filmed in the land that I grew up in, which is now often known as Australia, and is many lands and many places, and there are many stories and wonderful people there. And Joe is a Wiradjuri Walgaloo man, and it's just been incredible watching the film, listening to Joe talk. Joe's doing so much amazing work, and we'll get to sketching now, and can chat along the way. Say hello if you're watching the live stream or the replay. It's always great to be here drawing together. And I'm getting so much out of this focus on people that are doing great things. And even if it's a 10-minute drawing a day, but I'm really spending a lot of time getting into the stories, and it's just so inspiring. And there's so much incredible stuff happening right now. So thank you to everyone involved in doing all of this stuff. Cindy, Kitty, Moran, and Rachel are here. Let's start sketching. So I'll do 5 minutes and then another 5 minutes. And we can chat a bit. So feel free to chat in the chat if you're able to chat and draw at the same time. All right, 5 minutes. So this is a screenshot, a still from the Eternal Song film, which you can watch, not the Eternal Song, the Circle of Life. So there's a series. There's the Eternal Song, and then there are 11 additional films, and it is, well, it's so fitting and timeless and important, but so fitting to the time right now. And just, as I've been preparing this morning, just listening to Joe's talk from yesterday. So in coinciding with the release of the film is I believe a 5-day summit of speakers and leaders, people from the film and beyond, and it's really incredible. There's so much of so much value, so much about connection, about disconnection and connection. Joe has been doing a lot of well-being work after being a professional athlete, and in that time of apparent success, just feeling so disconnected, and sharing his journey of reconnecting to himself and to country, to the land. And it's just it's amazing. There's just, I don't know, there's I can't deliver what Joe can just while doing this brief sketch. I would really recommend everyone to just go listen to the chat in whatever way you can. Like, it's available you can watch the replay of the conversation for 48 hours. So like for the next day and a half, you'll be able to watch it if you follow the link. In addition to the film. And it's just, so it's really interesting this week, particularly in Australia. There's the Invasion Day celebration coming up, which gets referred to as Australia Day, and it's something I don't know, I never felt like a big kind of importance or significance. It was a public holiday, but as I've grown up and actually lived elsewhere, now that I've been gone from Australia for so long, I've learned a lot more about the place where I grew up and have a whole different kind of view and understanding of things. Good morning, Lewis. And it's just there's a lot that happens in this week, and because this date and this day of mourning and supposed national day of celebration is just it's a very insensitive date. It's on the wrong date. That you can really look into it. There's so much happening this week. A lot of talk about it, but it's particularly pertinent that this film is coming out in this week. And I really hope that a lot of people are going to be able to see it and develop a lot of insight into what has been happening, not just in Australia but around the world, in terms of how colonialism has impacted so much. And there was a beautiful thing that I just heard Joe saying in his talk, was that imagine if the people who had come to Australia from Europe, if they had come with a sense of humility and a desire to learn and connect and understand, rather than the sense of violent entitlement that they had. And a lot of that learning is happening now, and there's been a lot of suffering, but that we all, wherever we are, whatever land, we all have the opportunity to learn from Indigenous practices and wisdom of just like being with nature and being with water and spending time in community and also time alone, having that time to connect and be in nature, and how that is such an important healing practice. And that is something through my travels that I really also I got to know it in Germany, really, to just being in nature. And that was the first 5 minutes. Let's move on with another 5 minutes. Good morning, Anne-Marie and Lewis. Hello, nice to have you with us. Just being in nature, like, and there was, I guess it's interesting. There are so many paths to finding our ways to this connection, and it was interesting that I wonder what was it exactly that got me out. I definitely I was traveling, spending a lot of time kind of on the road with very limited financial resources. So I spent a lot of time hiking, walking, and it was all wonderful. And it was really it was interesting that it was a kind of just trying to get out and experience life and the world on a very limited budget led me to like wild camping and hitchhiking and meeting people who had like walked across entire countries, and just being exposed to these different ways of being and connection, and also just being like open to what comes and what prevents itself. So somehow within my own journey of like connecting to nature, just spending time in nature has been such a healing, important thing. And I think that's it really came through for me in Joe's talk for well-being and understanding and connection, that really wherever we are, and I've heard this in other talks as well, like even in cities, like if you can get to a park, if you can just watch the stars at night, if the stars are visible, just breathe the air, there are so many ways to connect and be present with and listen to this incredible world that supports us, that we are part of. And it's I really highly recommend people just going and listening to the conversation, because it's been super inspiring. So thank you so much, Joe, for what you've shared and taught, and Joe's got so much going on. Just saw is in a film which has just come out recently about parenting, called Scene. The film has founded an organization called The Enemy Within, helping people with well-being challenges, and traveling and talking and really helping a lot of people. And the Our Way Academy. So a busy person and really doing a lot, and it's really great to see. And I was chatting with someone last night about how this focus on people who are doing this just important stuff, and the list of names and people just keeps growing, and that it feels like really good to hold that focus of so much creative potential and possibility of us as people on this planet connecting and sharing with each other. So thank you to everyone that we've been able to draw. If you've seen the film, I'd love to hear from you. Chat about it perhaps in the comments, or I can get in touch. If all goes according to plan, I'm going to be back in Karana country in South Australia end of March. It's going to be my first time in 8 years that I've been there. And I look forward to the opportunity of sharing that with my kids and some of the land and place that nourished and formed me growing up, and to be able to share that experience of reconnecting. And I think it's been such a long time. I feel like I've learnt so much since then, and I'm really curious how it's going to be to be there again. All right, that was 10 minutes. Thank you to everyone who was able to jump on and tune in live. And huge thanks to Joe and everyone involved in the Circle of Life film. Looking forward to the conversations, learning. And it's all of these films, they are so beautiful and like so heartbreaking and heart-opening, and I feel like they're so important because they're really offering a glimpse into something that has like always been, and refocusing in this time of great challenges and turbulence to have the opportunity to share the space and to learn together. It's really, really cool. Rachel, the angle of this photo makes the ears sit low. If I had not done your facial features course, I'd struggle to believe their place. Yeah, it's really interesting, just in terms of perspective. I think I wonder, maybe I should have put the ears a bit lower as well. I don't know, something didn't quite work out with the perspectives, but it's a fun drawing, and it's interesting, this practice of observing things and realizing where they connect and how they belong. Thank you all for being here. You can put a drawing hand emoji in the chat if you've made it to the end, also if you're watching the replay. And I really appreciate the fact that we get to be here together, create together, and share this time with these inspiring, amazing people. Check out the film, and hi Elizabeth, and I look forward to seeing your work. So you can share, tag me, tag Joe, and I look forward to seeing what you've done, and looking forward to our next drawing tomorrow. I hope you all have a restful, inspiring